Assalamu alaikum. Please excuse us for this delay. We had a problem on the directions. Yes, so last minute notice. So we thank you for your patience. And right now, brothers and sisters, we'd like to start our meeting, and we're taught to always open our meeting with a prayer. And for the benefit of those who do not know, we stand upright in this position, hands stretched out, head slightly bowed, feet slightly apart. Take the position of prayer and follow me in silence. Surely I've turned myself to thee, O Allah, trying to be upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth, and I'm not from among the polytheists. Surely my prayers, my sacrifice, my life and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he. This am I commanded. I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. There is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I've been unjust to myself, and I do confess my faults. So grant me protections against all my faults, for none grants protections against faults but thee. And guide me to the best of morals, for none can guide to the best of morals but thee. And turn away from me the evil and indecent morals, for none can turn away from me the evil and indecent morals but thee. O Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever, make the Honorable Elijah Muhammad successful, and make the true followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad successful. Here in the wilderness of North America, as thou didst make Abraham successful, and the true followers of Abraham successful. For surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. O Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever, bless the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and bless the true followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Here in the wilderness of North America, as thou didst bless Abraham and the true followers of Abraham, for surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. Ameen. You may be seated. In the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the one God to whom all praise is due forever, the Lord of the worlds. We can never give enough thanks and praise to Almighty God, Allah, for blessing us with a divine leader, teacher, and guide, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'd like to say again, Assalamu alaikum. We give all praise and thanks to Allah for being here this afternoon. And we also give special thanks for our Supreme Minister, Minister John Muhammad, on his travel from Detroit to Atlanta, Georgia, for a very safe arrival. All praises are due to Allah, and for him being in our presence. There's not too much I can say, because we have the most knowledgeable man in our midst right now. So the only thing I could do is just expound on a few words, because we are still in the process of learning what the messenger teaches us. But our brother, Minister John Muhammad, could take us further into the teachings. The scripture says that the one that is most careful of his duty, let him who is the greatest among you be your servant or minister. I bear witness, and I can say that that is Minister John Muhammad, because I have worked with other brothers and other so-called leaders. So I feel as though that I'm qualified to say these things about our Supreme Minister, Minister John Muhammad. And it also says, the scripture, the one that have the greater knowledge, the one taught by Master Farad Muhammad, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in person. This brother have been taught by both of these men, Master Fard Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, firsthand. He's an ear witness and an eyewitness of both. So he's the one that is most qualified and capable of taking us into the depths of the teachings of our messenger. I say too that he's the most careful of his duty because he have a temple and a school. And we are old enough ourselves, and we know enough to have a temple and a school. But we don't have it. But this brother has it. Think about these things. First, to do this job, brothers and sisters, you have to love yourself. And you have to love black people. That's the key to success right now. I have worked with others, and I can say Minister John is the most qualified, and I have learned more from Minister John Muhammad than all of the other ministers combined. Believe it or not. And I have known him the least amount of time that I have known others. All praise is due to Allah. So let's give our Supreme Minister a round of applause. There's not too much I can say because we all come here this afternoon to hear Minister John Muhammad. But I'd just like to say a few words. Yes, sir. And my few words are going to deal with the situation of today, which is the fall of America. Before our messenger left us, he left us with a series of lectures titled The Theology of Time. And in the theology of time, that covers everything. Excuse me. Nothing is left out if you teaching on the theology of time. Because theology is the knowledge and the study of Almighty God, Allah Himself. All praise is due to Allah. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes. Excuse me for a minute.
Go look in the bedroom in my closet and green bookcase and bring me The Fall of America.
The cover, I need that book cover too. The book and the book cover. The Fall of America, which is one of my favorite subjects, is the fall of a rich and powerful people. Now, as I was listening to the news last week, they made mention that the most important grain in America is corn. Corn. Now, the Indians call it maize. Maize. And I remember sometime when I be shopping, I see Mazola oil, corn oil. And as I was listening to the news, I reflect on a prophecy in the Holy Quran in chapter 12, verse 46 through 49. I'd just like to read those couple of verses for a minute. Joseph, O truthful one, explain to us 7 fat kine, which 7 lean ones devoured, and 7 green ears, and 7 others dry, that I may go back to the people so that they may know. He said, you shall sow for 7 years, as usual. Then that which you reap, leave it in its ear, except a little which you eat. And after that will come 7 years of hardship, which will eat away all you have beforehand stored for them, except a little which you have preserved. Then after that will come a year in which people will have rain, and in which they will press grapes. Now, in these verses here from the Holy Quran, it speaks of the green ears. And we know that's dealing with grain. And I said earlier that this country's most important grain is corn. It's corn. And this also to let us know that a famine is on the way and that a famine is coming. So, and it says here, except a little which you have preserved. Preserved. And our messenger teaches us to can, to store up food, right? And our sisters will be canning pretty soon. Store up food. So look out, it's coming. All praise is due to Allah. Now I have here the book titled The Fall of America. The Fall of America. And when we look at the cover on the Fall of America, that is to let us know the fire next time. The Holy Quran in the Bible speaks of the fire. Fire is the most deadly weapon used by Allah God. I don't think anybody here like to get burnt or get burned up. Because if you just feel just a little fire or spark touch you, it travels, that blood travels through your brain fast. Faster than anything that you know. It'll make you flinch and jump. And the first thing you'll be looking for is water to cool it off, right? Oh, praise due to Allah. So fire is something not to play with. No, sir. And since the white man loves firearms, Allah will delight him with fire. America have started again using the electric chair, mostly on dead people, mostly on black people, pardon me. Black people. Still, that's a slip there. Okay. You got 200, think about this now, 280,000 volts of electricity frying your brains and body. 280,000 volts. And I know one brother, they had to give him 2 shots. Just think about that. 560,000 volts. Now that's complete inhuman now. For anyone to be that cruel, that's inhuman. We are dealing with an inhuman human being. This is what we're dealing with. That is merciless and heartless. The rich man takes what he wants deceitfully. That's right. He told us that there was more gold in another land than we were earning in our own country. And he deceived us and tricked us over here. And then he took Africa. He took it from us. He told the Indians, I am your brother. And the Indians put down their weapons, right? And the white man killed them. He deceived the Indians and took America from the black man. And he called it Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. And we celebrate Thanksgiving Day ourselves. Yes, sir. Now there's a parable in the Bible that speaks of the rich fool. Now this is not my saying. This is what the translator said. He called it the parable of the rich fool. Let me just bring this out here because the messenger teaches us that all of the scriptures have a general meaning and they have a specific meaning. And in Luke, the 12th chapter, starting at the 16th verse. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, okay. It says that the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying that what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. There I will bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. That's where that phrase comes from. But God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall these things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God. Now this fool here has so many riches. He has so many goods, right? And he asked the question, what shall he do with them? And this is what the country of America do. When they have abundance of food, goods of anything, they rather burn that up or dump it in the oceans to keep the prices higher for the poor. But this night here, that this fool here is going to reap what he have sown. Very rich, plentifully. But he was stingy, he was tight with it. So just look at that and look at ourselves. Going a little further here. Dealing with the rich man for a minute. In the Bible, it speaks of the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. And do we remember the picture? It was out about a couple of years ago called Trading Places. Trading Places. Right. Same thing. I mean, you get the same picture here. You got a black man and a white man. A Lazarus and a rich man. And this black man, he came into wealth and possessions. And the rich white man, he fell into the black man's position to see how it feels. And he really couldn't take it. He couldn't take it because he had never been poor before. But the scripture said that the rich man died and went to hell. And Lazarus went to the bosom of Abraham. All praise is due to Allah. And Lazarus, as we've been taught, is the black man and woman of America. So we don't have to be told who the rich is. We automatically know that. I'm sure that all of us is familiar with the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. All right. Now, the white man's world of the devil's time was up in 1914. 1914. July the 4th, 1930 brought in the fall of America. July the 4th, 1930 was the time of America's independence from England and France. Think about this, because the 4th of July just passed. And the country was suffering and celebrating at the same time. And while America was rejoicing, Allah, Master Prophet Muhammad, appeared unexpectedly, right? He did. And the Holy Quran teaches us, peoples and nations destroyed at the heights of their rejoicing. See, Allah God have put a law in nature that He's so merciful, He never destroy people when they're down, when they're afflicted with distress. He never do that. He never do that. And the messenger said, what you see happening overseas is going to be soon happening at our front door. So don't think that you will not going to get a taste of it, but we're going to get it. Yes, sir. But some of us is facing it right now. Understand this, that everybody judgment and hell do not come at the same time. Your hell may be my success, and my success may be your hell. All praise due to Allah. Allah gives to us a lesson and a picture to learn from history. The Holy Quran teaches us to travel in the land and see what was the end of those before us. It says that most of them was polytheists. Polytheists. See, you can be a slave not only to a spook God. No, that's not the only slave. See, anything that controls you, you are a slave to that. See, if you have a habit of drugs or smoking or cigarettes or something, see, that is your Lord. That is your master there. Because you can't give it up. You cannot give it up. But if you pray to Allah and ask Allah to work with you, you can kick the habit. You can kick any habit, I would say. And whatever is on a wide scale is also on an individual scale. Yeah, that's the lesson there. If we continue in rebelling, soon he will kill us outright, and some he takes their mind to be examples for others. See? You ever seen two people that don't know each other and they have a similar lifestyle? See, you can predict their future. It's because there's a pattern. See? And most of us, we follow that pattern because we don't believe that that can happen to us. Oh, I don't believe that'll happen to me. See, but whereas you don't see it, we see it. So you become our example. All praise is due to Allah. Going a little further. Just study the Bible and the Holy Quran, and Allah will bless you with foresight. You'll be able to predict things. And I have to look at this chapter 22 of the Holy Quran because the messenger spoke on this here. It says, O people, keep your duty to your Lord. Surely the shock of the hour is a grievous thing. The shock of the hour is a grievous thing. The day you see it, every woman giving suck will forget her suckling, and every pregnant one will lay down her burden. And thou wilt see men as drunken, yet they will not be drunken, but the chastisement of Allah will be severe. This is the day and time we're living in now. This is it right here. And among man is he who disputes about Allah without knowledge and follow every rebellious devil. For him it is written that whosoever takes him for a friend, he will lead him astray and conduct him to the chastisement of the burning fire. O people, if you are in doubt about the resurrection, then surely we created you from dust. Then from a small life germ. Then from a clot. Then from a fetus lump. Complete and in make and incomplete. All praise is due to Allah. Deal with this shock of the hour just for a minute. Now the messenger says that when a woman aborts her child, that child come back to her in a palpitating form. And that child asks that mother, why did you kill me? Mother, why did you kill me? Men and women should not kill their children for fear of poverty. No, we shouldn't do that. Allah said that we provided for you and we provided for them. See, he's the one that provided. Also, killing your children is not having children. Also not having children, because some sisters, they want to keep their fine shape. They don't want to become disfigured. See, they may pick up weight. Then they may become unattractive. They can't go out. This is a messed up society here. Our women are completely messed up. And they really think like this here too. We all know people that was clean cut. That was clean cut. But now they look bad. Why? Because they rejected. They rejected. They rejected. Look at our black politicians. They took the devil, the white man, for a friend. Then the white man set them up for a bust, disgraced them in this world and the hereafter. Look what's happening to the black politicians all over the world now. All over America, I mean. The devil is closing in on them, right? Yes, and now they're trying to unite, come together, and stop this plot, what's taking place. And we're seeing right now today what's happening right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, sir, we see these things. Verse 5 is to teach us from the Holy Quran here that not to forget our beginning. Our beginning was from nothing. Our beginning is a humble origin. We were born to submit to Allah. We were born to submit. It says all riches and wealth belong to Allah God. Yes, sir. And some of us is wrestling with the reward of this world and the reward of the hereafter. Yeah. Because sometimes we ask ourselves the question, what's taking so long? Well, the messenger said this here. He said this is 50 years ago and things still exist. See, and that little doubt right there could turn us into disbelief. Yeah. Right. So we got to remain patient and keep our patience. Allah says we can have the good in both worlds, in this world and the next world, if we just submit to Him. That's all we got to do. Now, what greater blessing is that? To have success in this world and the next world. Yeah. But the Holy Quran says the devil fails in his promise and he ever deserts man. The devil. So, let's go on a little further. It is written in the Bible that the dragon drew the third part of the stars from heaven. A third part from the stars from heaven and cast them to the earth with his tail. With his tail he did that. And the woman bruised the serpent head and the serpent bruised the woman's heel. To understand the scripture, we have to read the messenger books. We have to read the message to the black man, the fall of America, and our Savior have arrived. We have to do that, brothers and sisters. And then you got a fight going on for the black man in America to integrate or to separate Islam or Christianity. And he says there will never be any peace until the black man is free. Believe it or not, the black brother right over in Carver Homes is more valuable in the eyes of Allah than Reagan himself or Jesse Jackson or Dukakis. It's no peace because we're not free. But we don't see ourselves as being in grace with Allah on that level. We don't. But that's what it is. The fall of America, brothers and sisters, comes in slow degrees. It comes in degrees. The book teaches us, see they not how we are visiting the land, curtailing it on all sides. See, everything is going to be pushed to the center. Allah is whooping America in the north, south, east, and west. North, south, east, and west. And just last week, I bought some gas. And the gas was 5 cents cheaper than it is this week. The devil jumped up in 1 week overnight while we were asleep. Hey, you see? Yeah. And the devil have changed the ramp at the expressways. We sleep and he working. No, the devil never sleep. But we sleep and still sleeping. Yeah, but he's working, brother, sister. Now, nobody wants to buy American-made products because of inferiority. You ever notice the plastic caps that be on the gallon jugs now? He used to give you a whole cap, a complete cap. He have cut that in half now. He have cut that in half, so you just have a half a cap. You don't have a full cap. Look at the new automobiles. Look at the aluminum cans, stainless steel. Everything is plastic or weak. Plastic. Nobody want to buy this product here. That's a sign of the fall out.
That's a sign of the fall. Now, check this out. Here's a little riddle. Here's a little riddle here. Why do they make pockets? Or why do they not make pockets deep like they used to? You know, your pants pockets. They used to make them deep. They don't make them deep no more because you don't have no money to put in them. You used to have 4 pockets, now you have about 2 or 3. You may have 1. You ain't got no money. Because of the decline of the dollar. Think about that. Gold last year was over $300 an ounce. Now it's over $400 an ounce. $400 an ounce. I don't have much. Let's see if a coin's on that. Yeah. Yeah. Now we spoke about the decline of the dollar. Now if you get a dollar bill and measure that dollar bill, the dollar bill is 6 inches long. 6 inches long and 2.5 inches wide. That's in accord with the number of the beast. Because he printed the money. He made it the length of his time of rule. In the book of James it says, go to now, you rich man, weep and howl for your miseries, for the misery that shall come upon you. Your gold has cankered, and your garments are moth-eaten. And the hires of the laborers, they have reaped down your field, which you kept back by fraud. See, we built this country up, the black man, black slave labor. But did we get paid for it? No, we didn't get paid for it. If the white man was to give every black person a gold house with a silver roof, that would not be enough to pay us off. That would not be enough. In fact, the messenger said there's nothing that he can do to repay us. Nothing he can do. So he have been found and he have been judged. And his only sentence is death. That's the only thing good for the devil is death. All praise is due to Allah. And when you have 2 times coming at the same time, it brings about a clash. It brings about a clash. You have 2 opposing forces occupying the same space. See, you have God and the devil on the scene at the same time. So what can't but one exist? And remember our flag, our blackboard. It reads on there, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? You have Islam and Christianity now on the scene at the same time. 2 opposing forces. The old don't want to mix with the new. You don't want to mix. You can't mix. And the devil don't want to give us up. He don't want to give us up. And God and the devil, which is the war of Armageddon, the devil want to keep us in his ways, and Allah want us to return back on the righteous path. So which way do we want to go? We want a foot with the white man and a foot with Allah. But you can't have it that way. That's right. You can't put new parts on an old car. You can't have one new tire on the left side and the old tire on the right side. That'll bring about imbalance. You won't get a comfortable, smooth ride with you. No, you won't do it. Yeah. And likewise, if you mix black and white, it won't last long. You have something old, you have something new. It won't last long. Yeah. Allah says to us, behold, I make all things new. You can't tell Allah that I got a real good job, or I got a real good wife, a husband, and that you want to take this into the hereafter because it works so good. You can't tell Allah that. Allah says, if you want to keep what you got, you can keep what you got. But I'm just going to give you a glimpse of the hereafter. And just think about that. Just a glimpse of the hereafter. The book says that we'll never age. We'll always feel as though we're 16 years old. Right? There will be no sickness. You'll never get sick. You can eat much as you like because there won't be no poison in the food. You won't have to fast. No reflection, but you won't need no doctors. And look at it. All praise due to Allah. Yeah. Allah, with his infinite wisdom, tells us when he abrogate a thing or do away with the things, he gives us something better in place of it. He always gives us something better. The messenger said that Allah God uses nothing of the old to prove that he is God. He uses nothing of the old. You have old cars and you have new cars on the road today. And you have old songs and you have new songs being played on the radio today, right? And when you have two times at the same times, a universal change is about to take place. Something's going to take place. And before any change come about, you have a rough period, then you have a smooth period. And the messenger calls that the love before the storm, or the rally before the end. Allah let a dying person rally before he completely expires. You feel good. There's a lot of talk about, well, they just fell dead. He was feeling good. He seemed to be feeling good. But he just fell dead. See? That's a merciful law in nature, the messenger said. See, to die the death of a Muslim is a peaceful death. It's a peaceful death. You said, the messenger said you don't feel it. Die not unless you're a Muslim. Easy death. America is going to rally, and people will think that things are getting better, like we're thinking today, because we got a black man running for president. Most of us really think that we're moving on up. Yeah, we're moving on up. And some people say, well, by the next term, we'll have a black president. Then after that, we'll say the same thing. Well, the next time, we'll have a black president. No, but we have actual facts in our lessons. And our lesson teaches us that there are more Caucasian people than black people in America. We are outnumbered 4-1. 4-1. That's the student enrollment there. The student enrollment is to teach us and to let us know who runs this country here. All praise is due to Allah. This is a great day and a dreadful day. A great day for the black man and a dreadful day for the white man. The rise of the black man and the fall of the white man. It don't look like it. It don't look like it, do it? That the black man is rising. See, but Allah God just come to raise up one. Just one. And when he raised up the messenger, he defeated the devil right there. Just one. Because the devil didn't think that none of us would accept Allah on his coming. Because he had completely, thoroughly destroyed us. Yeah. The messenger said that we have been completely destroyed, made blind, deaf, and dumb, that we are next to the hole. Next to the hole. And that's real low. That's pretty low there. You can't get no lower than a swine. Most of all of the judgments in the Bible and the Holy Quran are directed at America. Right here at America. Now look at some of the plagues in the Bible and the Holy Quran. The Bible said that the fish died, right? And the river stank. And people couldn't drink the water. That's what it said. And the same thing today. The fish on the seashore, they lay dead mysteriously. They don't know what killed them. The water is polluted, contaminated. And the food that we eat that come from the sea is they have some type of bacteria or chemical in them which gives us cancer. This speaks of the plague of flies. Look at the fruit flies. They still around, but they're not being talked about. They still doing their job in Florida and in California. They still working. Millions of acres of this devil's land is going to waste. See, these are divine plagues, and we can't do nothing about them because this is already written. It's already written, brothers and sisters. Murrain, which is diseases of meats. Diseases of the meats. Injections to make farm animals produce faster. Make them grow faster, right? And they put this same deadly chemical on your vegetables. There's nothing 100% pure in America. I don't trust the devil in whatever he says. He can call it health food. He can call it spring water. He can call it the filtered water. I don't trust him because I know he's the devil. Because the devil business, his only business is commercialism, the almighty dollar. And by the devil injecting these chemicals, these hormones in these animals, and we partake of that flesh and that meat, that makes our children grow much faster too. Yeah, it does. It speaks of the plague of hail of baseball size. Hail, baseball size. The plague of balls and blains, right? I know a lot of people that have ulcers. And also the old term is a ball. And the people that have the most ulcerated peoples is right here in America. And blains, what they call blains, that is the burning ulcers. The burning ulcers there. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Before Allah destroys America, he opens up the heavens to the devil. And the devil have said that with his artificial eyes, his telescope, he have peeped on Mars. And he says that he have seen pyramids on Mars. Pyramids. Pyramids. And the devil have also said, what one brother told me the other week, that the devil have found a spot, a hole in the moon. And it smelled like gunpowder. And that same spot on earth he have located. And he says it matches up. It matches up. A perfect fit. Oh, praise is due to Allah. Yeah. So brothers and sisters, what time is it now? Okay. Making good time. But I know that we didn't come here to hear me. We came to hear our Supreme Minister, Minister John Muhammad. So I want to just close my talk here for a minute. I just want to brief you on the fall of America. And got it ready, brother minister? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I thank everyone for their patience and for their time for listening to me, even though I had nothing to say. But you listen out of respect. Yeah. So I like to make way for the brother that need to be listened to, okay? Because I'll just make a noise. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's bring our Supreme Minister, Minister John Muhammad. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, brother. You can get better? Okay. Sorry.
Don't say anything yet. Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, to whom all praise is due, and I forever thank Allah for our leader and teacher, the Honorable Messenger Elijah Muhammad. He alone was raised from the dead by Master Farad Muhammad, whom he said was God in person. And I thank the God who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad for giving to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad a message for us. He gave to us a message that would deliver us in the day of trouble. And we live in that day now. I thank you, brothers and sisters, for being present today. I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you in a good while. I pray Allah be with you and guide you and protect you and give you your wish. Brother and sister, it's kind of warm every way that we turn now, and I'm not going to keep you a long time, although I talks a long time when I get started. But I don't want to keep you a long time. I'm so glad to see you here. Brother Dr. Shabazz and brother here. I'm glad to see you. I can't remember your name. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you, brother. And my brother Bobby Jr. over there, I'm glad to see him. Sisters, I'm just glad to see all of you. And the little babies, I'm glad to see them because one day they will rise up and they will rule the universe. I remember one time Master Farad Muhammad wrote a letter to us, and he said, take care of the junior fruit. They someday will be the rulers. Well, the junior fruit never gives out. It's always a junior fruit and a junior Muslim girl training. So it never gives out. But we who is going out, passing by, going out, we want to see that those who are left not go through the condition that you and I travel through. And the only way that we do that is by uniting ourselves together, becoming one people, one nation of people. As it was prophesied that one people would become the rulers of the earth. And that people today is the so-called American Negro. There is no other people that Allah has promised the universe to other than we, the black man of America. We have black peoples all over the earth. We have all kinds of people. But he promised the heaven and the earth, the universe, to us. And he said that we will get it and become rulers in it. But we first have to unite ourselves together so that the world will see us as a united people. Because the world, east and the west, is looking at the black man in the Western Hemisphere, wanting him to unite so they can follow. They don't have a leader that they can follow. They have people that is kings and queens, and yet they are not the people. We can see that today as we read and as we look at television. We can see the man that is ruling today is not him. Then if it's not him, who is it? It's got to be the man that's underfoot. And the man that's underfoot is you and I. And what must we do? We must unite ourselves together and become the nation of people that was prophesied by the prophets of old, that we would become a nation ruling the heavens and the earth. That's what we have to do. Brother and sister, I am very happy to be with you, to give you these few words today. Knowing you, I know who you are. I have seen you time and time again. I have spoken before many people. I have had as high as 75,000 people at one time before me. But today, where are they? Where are those people? It is because of leadership. Leadership, we don't have it anymore. And if we keep on like it is going today, you will not hear the name Elijah Muhammad called in a few years, because many of the leaders that is taking over today and saying that they are Muslims and they are leading the people in the footsteps of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, they are leading themselves in the footsteps of their own. Why do you know, John? I know it because I see it. And I know many of those people, many of them, that are saying that they are leading the people in the right path. Not the right path that I learned. I was taught by Master Farad Muhammad for 3 long years. I was taught by Messenger Elijah Muhammad from the time that he began to be a minister in the Nation of Islam until 1975 when he passed away. I was taught the same week by him that he died in. So today we have one of the worst things set before us than it was in 1930 at the coming of Master Farad Muhammad. At that time, we didn't have any people of our own kind preaching Islam. But today we have so many different ones saying they are preaching Islam, and they are not preaching the Islam that Master Farad Muhammad gave to Messenger Elijah Muhammad. It's hard to take, but the truth must be told today. As I have walked among many of them, and have seen them, shook hands with them, that said that they was ministers and captains and secretaries and whatnot in the Nation of Islam. And today, look at them, how they are veering away, back and back, stepping aside from the Nation of Islam as taught by that one that they said was Messenger Elijah Muhammad. I see it, I know it, and it is written in the prophecy of the Quran and the Bible. It is written in the problems that was given to us by Master Farad. I know it because what was given to us in lessons and problems, they are actual facts to be learned and known by you and me. In lessons and problems, they are actual facts to be learned and known by you and me. If you doubt them, forget about yourself, because yourself is written in every word that Master Farad Muhammad wrote. A lot of people have told me, says, the Messenger Elijah Muhammad wrote them. No. I know how they was written. I have the handwriting of Master Farad Muhammad in the writing of all of this writing. Can nobody tell me different? You can't guide me in another path. I don't know the pathway that you're trying to guide me into. I know only the pathway that I was told to stay in. I know that one, and I will stay there. And I'm always happy to give that knowledge to you. All the time. Brother and sister, I'm happy to have heard our minister here saying what he did say. Good in it, very good. But I want to talk to you about something about us. I want to talk about us in this day, right now, what we must do and what we must say to each other. We must learn to speak the greetings words of peace to one and act it. Not to just to say assalamu alaikum and wa alaikum salam and go ahead on. No, but to act it and do what it says. When we say assalamu alaikum, we are saying peace be unto you, brother. And when we say that, let us act it. Let it be peace. The same as wa alaikum salam. Let it be peace with us. And when we speak of unity together, let us be in unity. Let us be one people, one nation. Because if we don't be that, we are a lost people. As the brother was saying, the fire in the America, the fall of America, as he was saying that, the fire here in America has taken place.
Yes, sir.
It is taking place today. This is a sign that you see the drought coming and no rain is falling. Remember what the book said, that Elijah shut up the heavens for 3 years and 6 months so it wouldn't rain. Now, suppose we don't get any rain for 3 years and 6 months, but it was not actually talking about water falling. It was talking about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You will not get it, and we didn't get it for 3 years and 6 months. Now the drought coming in another form of the sun heat, burning up crops and whatnot. No rain falling. It's not raining here. I was taking inventory of the rain the other day here. And when I left Detroit, it's the same way. I called back to Detroit and it's still the same way. What is the meaning of these things today?
Yes, sir. Come on with it.
It is the meant that you and I must get together, or if you can understand the language of the sun, it is saying, black man, if you get together, I will burn up the devil and you won't have to touch it. That's what it's talking about today. And they know it. They know it's your time for rulership. But we are left out in the fall. We don't know it. Our poor black people look for integration. They look for the next president to do this for them. Let me say to you, and you can tell what I say across the whole universe, because I got it direct from God and his messenger. Look, whatever is happening today with the devil, you have to suffer with it.
Yes, sir.
And your suffering can be cured overnight. And never to look for a president, regardless of whether he be black or white, as long as he's in the politics like this of America, he can't free you.
That's right. That's right.
He cannot do a thing for you. He can't carry you no way. Some people say they're going to carry you out this way and carry you that way. They can't take you nowhere. This is your home right here. But you got to unite together to take them. We can rule America. We have ruled cities. And if we have black people that have the knowledge to become a governor, a mayor, or the knowledge to become a president, why don't we have knowledge enough to have that same black man in our nation to rule our nation instead of going over here ruling in a white man's party? We are lost from the knowledge of self. It is spoken by Master Farad Muhammad, saying that he was going to burn up all of the devils. He said, 2-hour class, in the teacher's class, when I was teaching school in the University of Islam. He says, brother, he says, I am going to burn every last one of them. He says, I seen myself pushing Rockefeller and Ford into the fire when I was 6 years old. That's what he said to us. He says, now, if our people would just wake up overnight, we would push them into the water and the fire. They couldn't come out of the water because they would drown there. Well, that's fire too. Anytime a man loses his life, that's fire. The fire that he's talking about in the burning up all of the devils, it is not just say a fire that is real. He can make men walk backwards and think they are walking forward. I have seen that with my own eyes. Men called themselves great men, and they were so bad, in such bad condition, they could not walk forward in their brains. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about with feet walking backwards, but in their brain they could not walk, not one step of the way. They had to be led. Now, what about us in this day? We must take time to understand what unity will do for us. All of the people here, over 200,000 black people here in Atlanta, look what black people could do if they only was united together. You wouldn't have no clans marching around here today. They would be too scared to put on their hoods or whatever sheets that they would cover their heads with. They would be too scared to do so. Did not you know that when you look up, look out there right now, and you would see probably white clouds, right? Now, if the whole sky was full of white clouds, you wouldn't pay that any attention. Now let the white clouds go away and up come a sky full of black clouds. And you can't catch your own self fast enough trying to run into the house, shelter yourself. Why? Because I see black clouds. The same way it is with the devils today. If they see our black peoples uniting themselves together and becoming a strong nation, they will run and jump in the ocean out there as quick as you would run into the house out of the rain. That is facts. That's told by Master Farad Muhammad, the God of the universe. Some people say he was not God. Then why don't they show another one? If he was not the God, where is the God? Show the next God. Show what this God, or the God that you talk about that's invisible, show him to me what he has done. He haven't made nothing. An invisible God did not make this.
That's right.
He didn't make this cloth here. Not an invisible God. He didn't do it. Hands did this from visible people. Machinery made to get it all together. And then hands will take it and produce whatever that you want it to be after the machine has put it together. The machine would be the God of this cloth by weaving it and putting it together. All right, now the next God got to come by. And he's going to cut it out to make garments out of it. The first God can't do that. Right? So it is with the gods when they come about. The gods when they come about, they only come one every 25,000 years. And when he comes, he brings about something new. That's why the messenger said to us, behold, I make all things new.
Yes, sir.
Because he's the last God. He will live forever. They don't see any end of him. I don't mean now that his person or body will live forever. God is a human being.
Yes, sir.
He is not something invisible. The one I seen is visible. Master Farad Muhammad. I shook hands with him. I walked with him. I rode in his car with him. I ate with him. And he would have me to tell a joke for him once in a while so that he could laugh at things that had happened. And when I come back to him again, he wanted to laugh. I had to tell that joke just like I did the first time. If I didn't, he would hold my hand. He says, wait, brother, you didn't tell such and such a thing. That's right. He knowed it, but I had to tell him. So it is today. We have got to understand that this God that came to us and raised up a messenger from among us is the fulfillment of Bible and the Quran. The Quran and the Bible has played their part. This Holy Quran here that was not brought to you and I, it was given to us by the messenger, but the book was not brought to us, right? That was brought to the Arabs. That's their book. We use it because we haven't got our Quran yet. So we use this one. The same as the Bible here. That was not given to us. That's not our book. We use it because that's something in there about us. Same it is with both books. Now, look in both books and see can you find yourself. Both books speaks of people. This one speaks of the Jews and the Israelites. This one does the same. Now, where's the so-called American Negro? Is he there? He's in there. But can you find him? That's the thing that you're after now today. Finding self and knowing self and being self, acting self, and learning about self. This book here, my brother today is speaking from this book at my temple in Detroit of the talking jackass. All right, now who is that people? It's us. It's us talking back to the master. Like he rode the mule, and the mule went to talking back to him, asked himself, why did you beat me these 3 times? Why did he hit him 3 times? Why come he couldn't hit him some more? Why didn't he stop before he got to 3? It is because that you and I was a complete slave for 310 long years with the whip on our back. So we is the jackass riding this man the lamb, which is none other than the Caucasian devil. Really? All right, well, who is the Caucasian devil? White people. White people. And they are all through this book. They are written in such a language that we take the book and we look at it and say, oh, this is speaking about the Jews. This is the Jews. This is the Israelites. When we look through here, find pictures of them, we don't find no black people walking about in the pictures. No, we don't find them. We find white folks. We find them dressed in the Arab style, not in our style, because we mostly were overalls, right? That's what we had on. But look what he's got on. He's a devil, dressed in the Arab style. And there's the camel there. Who was the first man to ride a camel? It was a black man. Not the Arabs. It was the original man, was the first man that rode a camel. It was the original man, was the first man that brought the jackass up from a place to carry him for work because of his strength. A mule is very strong, or a donkey. He's very strong. Now, in the Quran here, he speaks to Muhammad and tells him to go to the Arabs, right?
Yes, sir.
Now he had a caliph, the minister, brother, after him. And there was others, was their followers of Arabs. And finally, Muhammad runs into a black man named Bilal, right?
Yes, sir.
And he became one of his ministers. People said, Muhammad was for all. No, he wasn't for us because he called us a Negro. That's right. It's written in my Quran that I have. I didn't bring it. I didn't bring a book at all with me. I should have brought it to show it to you. It's written there that it says, if it be a slave or a Negro, if he have authorities over you, obey him. That's what he says. He didn't say if he be the Aboriginal man. He don't say that if he be the black man of the earth or nothing. That if he be a Negro or a slave and he have authorities over you, obey him. Now Bilal, being one of his ministers, he made him a minister because that he could call to prayer better than any of the rest of them could do so. And after calling him his minister, then he decided to get married to one of the followers, right, of Muhammad. And he didn't want him to marry into his family, this man. I don't remember his name right off. Maybe Brother there, he might understand the name. But anyway, he wanted to marry. And he didn't want him to marry into his family. And he was one of the followers of Muhammad. Now, Muhammad fixed it so that he could marry into the family. Because that was his minister. He couldn't reject the man. Well, now here comes one of our leaders saying that we are Bilalians, right? Named after Bilal. Now, who could name a nation of people after a man in this day? You can't do it. Because Master Farad has already given us the name and told us who we were by saying to us, you are the Asiatic black man, the cream of the earth. Now, who's going to change that? Would you rather be a Bilalian than to be the cream of the earth? When that you was Bilalian is named after some man that was a minister for Muhammad 1400 years ago? No. Then now, if this was the true book, if this was the true book for you to have today, and it would lead you into the hereafter. No, this book will not lead you in the hereafter. This book will take you up to the door and it will fall down. That's it. This one takes you up to the door and that's it. So we was taken to the door. To what door? Now we see God in person. You understand me clear? We see God now in person, so we have got to the door. Now how are we going to get in? Oh, praises to Allah. We got to get on the inside now.
Yes, sir.
So we don't need a book now. We don't need a book now. Let's wait until we do get our book, which will lead us in the hereafter. We got to step in the hereafter by uniting ourselves together and washing up and praising Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and that will take you into the hereafter. Now when you get in the hereafter, you got to have your book. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Because these has played their part according to the words taught to me by Messenger Elijah Muhammad. He wrote it. He wrote it in his Theology of Time that these both books has played their part. Now what shall we do? We're going to sit down and look for Jesse to take us somewhere? Jesse can't do nothing for you. Jesse will never be president. Now, I'll tell you something that I've got to tell to number one, because I'm not telling you all of this, what I got to tell to number one. I'm going to show you. Master Farad Muhammad said to us, he said, someday a black man will be up there. We was talking about president. And he said, someday a black man will be up there. Now, the messenger says, a black man will not be president, not while the devil living. So I told the people there in Detroit, I says, if Jesse lose, I said, one is true. If he win, one is true. I said, but he's not going to win, because we don't know the day or the time when this black man is going to become the president, whether he be up there or whether he be down here. Down here mean us. But if he come anywhere, he's got to come with us. Jesse and all of the rest of the leaders, excuse me, Jesse and all of the rest of the leaders, that is black, if they don't consider Islam being the natural religion of man, if he don't consider that, he will go with the devil and drag us all in with him. Because God don't care who he destroy when he get ready to destroy a nation of people. He don't care who he destroy. He destroys those that is with the wicked. So he doesn't care. Now, since we know that in this time we are a people living in the day of judgment, in this time. The judgment was declared in 1914. Some people say no, was not. Yes. Ever since 1914, search that history all the way up. America has not been out of war since 1914. It has been still. Every time you turn around for 15 or 20 years, America is dapping her hand back in some fire. She's been fighting with this one, fighting with that one. Now she's trying to get away from the last man to fight. And that last man, when they come together to fight, then God will step in and destroy them both. Some people thinks that Russia and America, some people go to Russia, and some go even to the east, thinking that they'll be saved there in that part. Now that's where it started at there, and it has not completed its journey here. I'm saying, brothers and sisters, what I was taught, not what I have to say concerning. I don't know nothing. I am a dumb man, very dumb. But I'm wise to what was told me. I haven't forgotten. Now, in the east. The whole east has to be cleaned up because the whole east does not want you to become the ruler. They don't want that. They want to be the ruler. Now, the rulership is given to the prodigal son, right? When he went away from home and his father gave him what he was coming to him, he walked away with his little knapsack on the end of a stick on his shoulder. He's gone now. But the father, according to the word the messenger said to me, the father, he said he knew that his son was coming back home. He said he knew it. He said, but it was not the home like a building or something like in here, but that he would come back to himself, back home, back to his people and himself. He would come back. Say he knowed it. That old man knowed that. And he stood there in the road and kept looking at his son until his son had walked clear out of sight. And after that, he would constantly go back to that same spot and look for his son. Finally, one day he saw him. And when he saw him, he fell on his neck. Says, my son has returned home. Now, here's another son there. Staying at home, and he told him, he says, go and you take and dress him up. He gets angry. Now, remember, this is two people in one nation of Islam. One has went away from home, and now he's come back home. Now, here one stayed at home. He didn't go anywhere. So this one didn't go any place. He got jealous of the one that went away and come back because the father took more interest in this one that had been away. And he told the son said to his father, the one that didn't go away, he says, I have been here all this time with you, and I never left home. He says, and you have never let me kill the fatted calf for my friends. But this time he come home. Now I got to kill the fatted calf, put rings on his hand, put garments on him. He's naked. He ain't got nothing. And then you're going to make him a ruler in the house. And I'm still just like I am. But that's us. The prodigal son is you and me. And it's time today that you and me go home. And the home is unite together. That's the home that he's talking about coming back to. You see, the way it is fixed is to be understood. The home to come back to, unite again to my family. When I get back there, they're going to have a big family feast for me. I'm going to unite myself back home again. And when I get there, I'm not going to leave anymore. He didn't never leave again. The prodigal son never left home again. That's you and me. But look what happened. He went out now and he falls spent all his money and he ain't got nothing to even eat what the pigs ate. He ate what the pigs ate. And he just thought about it, said, look at here. My father got plenty for me. Why am I in this condition? Don't we say that about ourselves? Why is we in this kind of condition? And then when you look at it good, you say, well, I believe, just like that prodigal son, I believe I'll go back to the nation of Islam. And that's right. Whether you was ever a member of the Nation of Islam or not, because you don't, I say member, you can't join in the Nation of Islam. You only reclaims what you one time had. You reclaims it. Every black man in America, whether on the earth, whether he is in Halifax or in Cubanaki or whatnot. He is born a Muslim. We are born Muslims. That's why it is written there, die not unless you are Muslims. Because it's played its part. We don't want to die now unless that we die a Muslim, which our forefathers was long time ago. Just think, 50-some thousand years ago we come to Africa. From where? We came from the original land which is called Asia, which this book here called Canaan. They cut those places up in the book and give it to us. We don't know what land we come from when we start reading these books. That's right. Because it don't say it, because we are a people that belongs entirely to God. We come here to Africa about 50,000 years ago, written in Theology of Time, and I heard taught many a time, written for us to know. And coming to Africa, there we live in no man's land. There was not a man living in Africa when we went there, following a scientist by the name of Shabazz. One family. And that's what we have to do, is to return back to the nation of Islam. Return back to the tribe Shabazz. The name Shabazz represents or means the tribe that we came from. This man was a scientist. And they got into Africa with his family. They became so wise until they was almost insane. Almost insane. As I heard Master Farad once say, that a man could stand and take his hand and burn up that what he didn't want before him. Animals would jump to them and they would flash fire and burn them up if they didn't want to do so. They could live, but if so, he would burn them up. They'd just stop and become ashes. That's how wise we were. That's what we could do. All right, could a man do that now? Yes, he can do so. He can use his hand and bring fire from it. That is true. That's a fact. We is the people that the world is looking for. And we can't rule nothing as long as we got a gang of these little so-called leaders running around saying that they are the people to lead you. If we could mount ourselves up higher enough to bring these people to before us, let them prove themselves. I am after that. Brothers and sisters, I am after that. Every man that says that he was taught by Master Farad and Messenger Elijah Muhammad, I want to see them all together. I'm looking for them. I desire that they come and say their thing, and I'll be the chairman, because I'm the only pioneer that is left. The rest of them is dead that talked with Master Farad. You don't have any living today other than my brother that is teaching today in Detroit. We know Master Farad and the Messenger. He was the recorder for Master Farad. in the temple. My brother John Muhammad, he's in that paper right there. He's writing on what of today. That's him. Now, if we can get these people together, brothers and sisters, we can do a mighty work. Look, you have one named Silas here, and some of the others there. And you got, I know Silas because I met him and talked with him in L.A. I haven't talked with him since. But I know all of these other different ones. I have met them as well. And Farrakhan, I knew him the day, not the day he come into the nation, but I know him when he first came to the nation. Malcolm X, I know Malcolm X just like I'm looking at you. I helped Malcolm X to get his X after he came to the temple. I know his brothers, Wilford and Philbert. I know them. Malcolm's people. I know the family of them. I know Minister Farrakhan's family by seeing them because one of my sons married his daughter. These people out trying to say this or that to hold themselves up in a light? No. Let the man who deserves the light be seen today, and the people will rise up. And that is the messenger Elijah Muhammad and the God who came in the person of Master Farad. Hold them up. Never let them down. Look at this book. Some say, well, you preaching the same thing that Elijah preached? Yes, I'm continuing it. Why? It's because that look at these little ones sitting here. They don't know. And somebody got to tell them. And who's going to tell them? If you don't tell them, who's going to do it? Who's going to tell them that Elijah Muhammad was the messenger of God and God came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad? Now stop that right there and don't do it. Your child will come up integrating with devils, walking around with them like Dr. King said his dream was. We won't be charged or something by the color of our skins. How do you look? I have heard black peoples in the Temple of Islam in Detroit following W.D. Muhammad. I heard them say that there is no white and there is no black. I heard that. You might have heard it, yeah, if you visit his temples. All right. How do you know a black bird from a red bird? Is it by his outside appearance, or do you go inside of him and look? No, you got to know him from his feathers on the outside. Every bird is just like his feathers. It is him. You wouldn't know a red-breast robin if you just go out and say, well, ain't no color. I'm a man that don't know colors. You know what I mean? I don't know all colors, you know. I know black and white and so on like that, red and green. I know them. But now when you get me out of that, I don't know. Why? Because I didn't never study it. I don't know what will make green. I don't know that. But I know that black is original and there's no color you can mix together that will make black. I know that. I know that you cannot take a white person and bring forth a black person. I know that. But you can take a black person and bring forth black, red, green, and anything that you want. Brother and sister, we are a dumb people. The brother said the hog. Now, how old is the hog, you might say? The hog? is better than 4,000 years old. That's how old he is, the wild boar in the jungle. Because many of the devils was turned into apes and swines. Many of them. And the hog is so poisoned when he eat up all your rattlesnakes. He'll walk around and laugh at a snake when a snake bites him. Because he knows he's going to eat him. I have fed snakes to my father's hogs. Yeah. When we kill a little snake, but no big ones, no big ones, I didn't fool with them. And I don't fool with little ones now because I'm scared of them. I don't like them. But I have fed the hog, killed the little snake, and I go and throw him over into the hog pen. And we eat him. Now, what can we do with a book that we have no knowledge of? 20,000 mistakes has been found in the James Version, in the Old and the New Testament. The Old, the Torah, and the New, the Injil. 20,000 mistakes has been found. How many have been found here? I don't know. The number is not there. But there's mistakes. There's mistakes there. So says Master Farad Muhammad. But what they is, he didn't tell us. Because we couldn't speak the Arabic language. And it's good to learn the Arabic language, though I can't speak it. I'll tell you facts, I can't. I ain't never took time with it. I had too much time trying to do something else to learn what the meaning was that was given to us by Master Farad Muhammad from his messenger. I studied that. Now when you throw me there, I'm in the briar patch. But otherwise, speaking a language, I can't. I can't speak the one I'm trying to speak now because it is in such a mess that it just tears you all up. Now, my dear ones, it's late. It's after 5 o'clock. And it's 1, 2. But I say to you, I want to tell you this. If we all just remain together, regardless to who is speaking, stay together. Stay as one. Regardless of how much one of this one say, straighten that one out. Straighten them out. If he or she is wrong in something, don't leave him and say, you are wrong. Don't do that. Straighten the wrong. Right will straighten the wrong any day. Straighten it out. And say, listen, let us do like the Quran says, where it says that I will not go to the right, I won't go to the left. Come on, brothers and sisters, let's stay in the middle of the road. And then we can go someplace, we can do something. But if we start, I won't be there. He's this and he's that. You can't go no place. I have seen nations in Detroit, the nation of Islam, come down real low. When the messenger was in prison, I seen it come real low, where 3 and 4 people was meeting together. But he spread it when he come out. He said to me one day, he says, I'm going to make triple time. I'll make triple time now. That was after he come from prison. A lot of people said, the messenger went to prison? Yes, he went to prison. They threw John in prison, didn't they? And he was Jesus' right hand man. They threw him in prison. So it was no better for the messenger to go to prison than for Master Farad Muhammad to go to jail. He went to jail. They put him in the jail. They looked for him and didn't know where he was at. And he walked up into the police station. He said, "You looking for me?" And the lieutenant said, "Yeah, who are you?" He said, "I'm Farad. I'm the man you're looking for." And he said that, "Okay, come on, put him in jail." So, you and me, we must. Thank you. Yeah, few. So, we have got to get together more strong. And what I do desire for you here in Atlanta, if we can find a little storefront that is just about the size of this room, we find one, so that we can put our flag out in the front. Not just the moon and the star, but I mean the flag, the red, and the moon and the star. Put it like I have it in Detroit. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. We have closed that door of people bothering us. If you just only be yourself, that's all. The door has been opened, and we have closed the devil's door against us. But you have to be yourself. And we can have many peoples coming to us from just a few. If we go like this, what here in America, there are 30 million people, and we came from Africa, number 21, just 21 of us. Some others was bought and sold. But the ones that Master Farad Muhammad said, the 21, it was us that landed here alive. So now, what shall we do with this 21? 21 is the age of a man, right?
Yes, sir.
When you reach 21, you're a man. What shall we do today? Then the lesson says, why does he fail now? Since he is a big man. Long time ago, we was a little man. But we're big now. We got knowledge now. Who are you? I'm the original man. I'm the God of the universe. I'm the cream of the earth. I'm the creator of the universe. I made everything that is here. You personal? No, not me personal. But my Father, the first Father, he created it with the language of the word be, and that was. When he got ready for the sunlight, he said to it, be, and there it was. The messenger says she couldn't stay back. She had to come on out there and start shining. Had to obey the God. Let us try and find one and let us stay together. If you stay together, the next time that I come here, there'll be more. There'll be more. They will come. Don't try to look for Farrakhan's people. Don't try to look for Silas people. The thing that we do is look for self and the lost man who has not heard. And you will overrun them all. And not you know that there's more people here that is lost found people than it is Muslims. Right?
Yes, sir.
You don't have 100,000 Muslims here that has reclaimed their own. Go for him. Some of them stop the way that they are doing. and join their own kind and will love it. And it has always been taught that a person that is hard to wake up, when he do wake up, brother, you can't shake him away from it, because he buried himself now into Islam just like he buried himself into the foolishness. That's true. My dear beloved brother and sister, I thank you for listening to me for this time. Let us get us a place so that the people will see us. I have said that time mentions before when I was here. We can find us a little place somewhere. If it's an empty house, we can make it. If it's an empty house, it would be better. We'd buy that toe-down house and we build it up. The temple in Boston, Massachusetts was two apartments. They were together. And they made a temple in that one, and across the street they bought two more and made a University of Islam. And I think they're still in that one in Boston on I forget the name of the street. But anyway, I was there a few times when Minister George was minister there. All the time you start from nothing. You don't hardly see a baby walking when it's born. You got to crawl or do something on the floor before that he gets on both feet alone. So that's what we have to do. Come and be with us. Reclaim the title. You say, well, who is you? I want to say this and then we'll have a question or two. Who are you? My name is John Muhammad. This is the third name that I had, and the second name given to me by Master Farad Muhammad. I am the Supreme Minister in the Nation of Islam. I don't care where you find them at. I am supreme. Not the supreme being. Don't forget that. I am not the supreme being. I am the highest in the knowledge given by Master Farad and Messenger Elijah Muhammad than any other man in America. Don't believe me? Tell them to come and check me out. And we will find who is the highest man from Master Farad and the Messenger. I'm the only pioneer that was taught by Master Farad Muhammad face to face that's living today that I know of. And I knew them all. My picture's in that paper there where it says the real pioneer. So brother and sister, thank you. I show you my picture right here. I show you my picture right here. Real pioneer. Now I'm standing I'm standing right under the messenger there. I can't see it, so let me find myself. There I am, right there. That's me. Right what your finger is on. That's him. That's me. Right there is John Muhammad. Right there. You can't see my wife so good here because the blackness blacked her out. So yeah, she's on that too. She was the reformer in the temple for Master Farad Muhammad and the messenger. She did all the typing that we had did. She did it on one machine. Nobody doing the others. The messenger was demonstrating the flag that day. These are the real pioneers. But how many of them is living? Just a very few. Now, none of them is living that was ministers and whatnot at that time. I'm the last one. And I'm as close to the messenger as you will ever get. After me, no more. You won't get another one to come to you and teach you the teachings that the messenger had for us and give to you the facts that was given to me. You won't find another one to do it because they don't know it. Thank you. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
May Allah bless you, keep you.
Yes, sir.
I bring my talk to close, but I'm going to ask if you have a question that you want to ask. You don't want to be long in the heat.
Yes, sir.
So if you have a question that you would like to ask me, you can ask it. About what I said, anything about Islam, about Master Farad, Messenger Elijah Muhammad, anything about that. You can ask me a few about Christian religion too. But I say to you, nobody else going to come and give you Messenger Elijah Muhammad's teaching that came direct from Master Farad Muhammad as I give it, because I'm the last living witnesses to it. I say that to all of the other ministers and imams that they say they are, from Farrakhan and Wallace on down. They are supposed to be the highest ones. On down. They don't have anything to do with me, with what I say. They shuts their mouth. They don't even answer when I speak a thing. They shuts their mouth. Like the messenger says, that he shuts their mouth at him. And he taught me the same. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. In your opinion, why do you think that so-called leaders want to put Masrad Muhammad in the background? Do you think it's a matter of disbelief? Why is there such a, in your opinion again, conspiracy or an effort to just push him totally out of the teaching? They all seem to have that in common, amongst other things.
To push them?
Push Masrad Muhammad out totally. They have a problem with the way he looked, or a problem with him, period. But they all have that one thing in common.
A lot of them have that in common because they wants to say that he was a devil, a white man. And they don't know. I looked at him in his eyes just like I looked at you, and he had the same eye that we have, black eye. They have that in them. And if they can one time remove him, like the book here said, the Bible, if you smite the leader, then the others will go astray. And that's true. If you smite the shepherd, all of the sheep then will go astray. And that's what they want to do, so that they, just a minute, I will answer it. All of them that's doing this is only to show themselves that they are more than what Master Farad was. They want to be the great God themselves. We have some call themselves the Mahdi. In Detroit. If I think of it, if I can, next time I see you, I'll show you a picture of one that got the Mahdi written across his forehead. That's right. Look at Marvin Muhammad in Mississippi. He says he's the Son of Man. Silas Muhammad said that he was the Son of Man. Son of Man of what? That's what the people should ask. What kind of Son of Man is you? We know that your father is a man. He got to be, because you don't look like a monkey. Got to be a man. But what Son of Man is you? When they say the Son of Man, know what they're referring to?
Yeah, I know.
See, that takes your mind direct to the Bible here about Jesus being the Son of Man. All right, now we can say that here he is. He's here. Jesus is here to save us. No. That's what. If they would keep on, they would eventually, as I just said just now, you wouldn't hear the name Master Farad, neither Elijah Muhammad.
Well, the reason why I said that, a lot of tapes, or recent tapes, that some of the leaders are making when they mention Master Farad, some of them are trying to rationalize him, but at the same time they're pushing him in the background. They give just enough that the believers who believe in the messenger have enough to hold on to, but yet in the same time they are pushing him out the back door and introducing something different. It's being done very, very subtle and very sly, and if you don't know any better, it's a big trap.
That's what it is, a big man though that you're walking into, falling into. They tried to get rid of him. If they get rid of the God, they get rid of the messenger. Because they say, well, look, Elijah ain't got nothing. Just like they do say. They said today, Elijah wasn't nobody. They say that, they sang that song in Detroit. Yes, sir.
Brother Minister, did you feel, or do you feel that Minister Malcolm X was the same way? He did not believe in Master Farad Muhammad. Did you feel, or did you see in Malcolm that he did not believe in Master Farad Muhammad? Thank you.
Malcolm. You want to get it on this tape.
Clear it up.
Right. You got it ready, brother?
Yes, sir.
Malcolm X. He was a man that was very good. And he believed in Master Farad, and he believed in the messenger. Until that he went to Mecca and saw the devils in Mecca where he went. Then he come back and he said that white people was not the devils. And when John F. Kennedy became the president and was killed, Malcolm said when the chickens come to roost. And the messenger didn't want nobody to talk about John F. Kennedy because Kennedy was the best one. He said, the messenger said, John F. Kennedy was the best one that would give to us what we want. And they killed him for it because he spoke in our defense. John F. Kennedy was better than any of these others. And all of those Kennedys are, even to the last one. And they killed Bobby because that he was running for president, so Edward wouldn't take up the chance. Malcolm was very good until the messenger, till he went to Mecca, and when he come back, the messenger gave him 90 days to stay out of the public, not to speak to the public. He didn't put him out of the temple. He didn't do nothing that was hard on Malcolm. Only thing it was, Malcolm just could not speak to the public. He could go to his temple and teach in his temple if he wanted to, but don't get over the air and speak there. That's what the messenger stopped him from, and he couldn't take it. Then he says that he had more faith in the messenger than what the messenger had in himself. So the messenger let him go. He wouldn't come back. He would have took him back. The messenger would have took Malcolm back. Malcolm had a strong voice for deliverance. He was just like Farrakhan. Farrakhan had a strong voice for deliverance. And he liked Malcolm. I spoke words to the messenger concerning the thing that Malcolm did. And I like to got put out of the temple for speaking it. That's right. That's how much love he had for Malcolm. But Malcolm, as they say, bit the hand that fed him. And then when he did that, his own people killed him. That's clear enough, brother? Yes, ma'am.
I was listening to one of Dr. Elijah Muhammad's tapes this morning, and he called...
Let me hear you now.
Oh, I said I was listening to one of the Theology of Time tapes by Dr. Elijah Muhammad, and on one of the tapes he said that Muhammad of old was a white man. I thought he was a half-original.
He said he was a white man.
Yes, sir.
He was.
Muhammad 14.
He was a white man.
I thought he was a half-original.
He was well, the Arabs are white folks too, because they are relative to Jews. Arabs are.
I can't hear you.
The Arabs are relative to Jews.
Oh.
And that make the Arabs be white people. Muhammad was a white man in the nation of the Arabs. That's what he was. He was an Arab, being a white man.
White.
Right? He was a white man. I prove it in this manner of the Quran, where he says, if it be a Negro in authority, obey him. That's what Muhammad said. So you know who called us Negroes. They never yet will stop it. All praises due Allah. Well, when I come back again, think up some more. Ask me what he teaches, what the messenger, Master Farad, taught. I can go a long ways with you there. Of course, these two books here, we can travel through them too. There's nothing to them to not to know what the meaning is. Yes, sir.
Like just what the sister was saying, study. When you go to slavery, and the devil would go into a black woman, the child that was produced was called an mulatto. But whenever a black man went into a white woman, that child was not called a mulatto, it was called just a black child. So you all put your mother, and that's why Master Farad Muhammad, having a black father and a white mother, was called a black man. And Prophet Muhammad had a black mother. His mother, I understand, was a slave woman. Prophet Muhammad, 1400 years ago,
his mother,
his father was white.
his father, Prophet Muhammad, father was Arab too. His mother, I don't read where his mother, what she actually was.
What's this, Jade Rogers?
Oh,
that she was a black slave woman.
Prophet Muhammad's
mother.
I think J.A. Rogers stepped out of line there because the history of Muhammad doesn't say it. You have the history of Muhammad?
I have some of you.
Well, before Muhammad, there came a prophet by the name of Pa'amba. He was a prophet. And out from there came another one that was a prophet until they got down to Muhammad. Muhammad was an offering. And so his mother and his father was little known of his mother. See, she passed when he was a small boy. His mother did. That's where that, did you read in his history where that he had written between his shoulder blade, prophet? You read it? I saw you bowing, moving your head. I thought you read it. Well, I'll bring his history and show it to you, read it to you sometime, so that you can see. You can buy it at the bookstore.
Yes,
buy his history.
You know the message he was Caucasian.
Yeah, he was Caucasian. Yeah.
But he said the supreme wisdom belongs to the Asiatic black nation.
The what?
In the supreme wisdom, the message said that Prophet Muhammad belongs to the black Asiatic nation. Now remember, that's where the confusion.
Prophet.
That was in the earlier years. Then on the tape, he said, wait, he said he belongs to the black Asiatic nation, and he was an Arab.
He came to his Arab people, but Muhammad that he was talking about must have been Master Farad, because that Muhammad 1400 years ago was Caucasian, mixed with the Arab nation.
So when I heard that on the tape, I was confused. I read it in the book. No, I read it, and then I heard something different. That's what it confused me.
Well, some of it that you might hear, it might be different in another place. It's correct. That's correct. Some of the reading might be different than what you heard on the tape, because they changed so much of what the messenger said in the paper, on the book, in the books. No, Muhammad was not our prophet. He should have come in this time. And Jesus too. He come 1400 years ago. Prophets come every 2,000 years. So that makes Muhammad to be 1400 years too early. Jesus was 2,000 years too early. And when he found himself 2,000 years too early, he gave up.
That's right.
So he let the man kill him. Then he find that he was too early in his history there. You can read it in the book that I wrote. What is the title of that book?
Journal of Truth.
Not the Journal of Truth. It's got the cross on the side and Black Man's Confusion. That's it. Well, the whole history of Jesus is in that book. I forget the name of it.
Jesus history.
Yeah, that's Jesus history. It's all the way through, written in that book. I put it in there. And that's not my words. I didn't say those words. You see mine. When you get to mine, you see it. In some of the writing, I signed my name afterwards.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And the other one is just printed, but that's Messenger Elijah Muhammad's term.
That's right. Yes, sir.
So we're at a crossroad when that we are saying that Prophet Muhammad brought everything to us, and the religion of Islam was revealed to him, and it was not known before. It was known before Muhammad came. If it was not known before, listen closely. Why will your Holy Quran say Islam was the religion of Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus? Now what? If it was not known before Muhammad, then Jesus taught it, Adam taught it, Moses taught it, all of those prophets and prophets before them taught it. That's right. As the Quran says, that there's prophets' names that we didn't even mention.
That's right.
So we don't take everything for face value that we read. Yeah. You want to say something, brother? All right. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're here. Would you ever reclaim your own in the Nation of Islam?
Well, I was called really left.
Sir?
I never really left.
No. You never heard it before like that?
I said, well, I came into the nation some years ago. Well, about 15 years ago.
13 years ago?
About 15.
Probably 15 years ago? That's good. Well, you learned quite a bit 15 years ago in the Nation of Islam. I would say that's about 3 years before the messenger passed. You learned quite a bit. Why not get back into the Nation of Islam? Be with these. Get back into the Nation of Islam so that you can tell the world yourself. I know that now he's back. I got it. If anybody got it, I got it. That's it. Keep up with them wherever that they meet. If you can meet with them, meet with them. Yes, sir. I thank you for that. Thank you. I knew you was a Muslim before I get up, I looked at you when you come in and sit down there. I knew you was a Muslim then, but I didn't know who you was. Your name, what I'm saying. Yes, sir. The brother there, you wearing a picture of my brother, right? Do you belong with us here? You're a former member of, a former member, a member.
Former member of Minister Science.
I got you. Yes. Well, how long you been a Muslim?
Just a year, sir.
Just a year or so?
Yes, sir.
Come and be with us here. And you'll get so much knowledge until when you get past by Silas Temple, you can say, You won't have to be bothered no more. Yes, sir. I know him. Messenger never made a minister out of Silas. Never did. He was a paper man. Just like you sell papers in the street, right, brother? He was never a minister in the Nation of Islam. Come and join with us and be with us and meet with us every time, you and brother here. Every time that we meet. They will let you know. All you have to do, give your telephone number to them, and they will call you. And you will learn more. And then what some of these others tell you. Because we are teaching directly what Messenger Elijah Muhammad taught. We review it, and we goes farther into it with what he taught. We don't add our words, but we add what he had, because he didn't write. He couldn't write all in these 4 books: the Fall and the How to Eat to Live, Message to Black Man, and Our Savior Has Arrived. He didn't write all that he have taught me. When he wrote the first book, Message to the Black Man, he brought me 2 to my house. I was living on the east side on Townsend Street in Detroit, and he drove his car there. Nobody had seen that book but the premise. And he brought it to me. He said, "Brother, look." I said, "Here it is. Message to the Black Man." There was no other book was written. That was the first one, right, brother? And he gave them to me. I says, thank you, sir. And I looked through it, I riffled the pages through it. I says, "That's you, all right." So I know you're talking. He said, he laughed, he said, "Yeah, that's me." Yeah. Get it and learn it. And not a devil in hell can say you are wrong. None. I've been teaching Islam for the past 50-something years. I've been teaching Islam. And not a devil in America has ever yet walked up to me and said I was wrong. But I was offered $1 million and a home and a Cadillac every year if I stopped. I told the devil, I said, I ain't the man. Elijah's the man, see him. Yeah. Now, that probably ended. I know you're tired. If it was nice and cool, for everybody, I'd stand here till midnight with you. Because I don't go home not until one day next week. But I'm so glad to be with you.
Yes, sir.
You know the love that was put in me for my people. Brother, you can't beat it out of me unless you kill me, and then you won't have it out. It'll still be there. I was taught that. To love my people. This the 5th trip that I came from Detroit here, trying to help to start a temple. It's hard to start a temple in places where there's so many other people and the people flocks to them. It's hard. Bring another young man here and I'll make you a minister. And you can go wherever you want to, and ain't nobody gonna bother you. I ride by myself. I go wherever I feel like going. That's right. And I'll make the devil protect me. Allah will make him protect me. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Young men like you, brother, if I had 20 young men like you, just 20, and let me teach you, you'd turn North America upside down in a few days. Turn it upside down, that's right. You know how you used to tell boys, say, I turn your nose up and let it rain in it? Yeah. They know when I comes here. They know every move that I make if I travel. They know it. They know me. They know me by both names, John Muhammad and Herbert Poole. They knows that. I came. No, it wasn't coming here. I was going to L.A. And that morning, I was the only black man on the plane from Detroit. Only one. And the devil sit down beside me, and he saw my ring. He looked at it. He said, I'm so is glad that you is on this plane. He said, maybe we'll land safely. That's right.
Yes, sir.
It did. It land safe. Yeah. And I couldn't hardly get a word in edgeways for that devil after then. Yeah. That happens, brother. You is the God and the owner of this whole universe. Your fathers made it. They created. Tell your other friends that. Tell them in a manner so that you won't get in an argument with them. So you can tell a person something you won't even argue with them. I asked the prophet Silas to join in unity with us. I asked him face to face in L.A. I asked Minister Farrakhan the same. I sent for Minister Farrakhan. I sent for Prophet Silas and my nephew, Wallace D. Muhammad, to come to a rally that we was having in Detroit. I told them I would be very glad if they'd be there. And I had prepared a hotel for them if they would come. I didn't pay for it yet because they didn't show up. Not one.
Sir? Yes, sir.
Not one showed up. That's right. I didn't feel that they would come. That was me. That was the man that you read in the book on page 49. I think it's in Our Savior Has Arrived. The man that's underfoot. I'm the man that's underfoot. Don't you see? You don't know nothing about me, do you? No, I'm underfoot. People's walking all over me, stepping all on me. Read this paper here, what the brother Sami Muhammad is talking about. Walking all over me and don't know it. And I'm the last one to come. That's right. I want young men because I'm an old man. I want young folks. Take the word and carry it to your black people, the nation of Islam. Give it to them. Don't charge them for it as long as you can get a bean to eat. Because if you give it to them freely, you'll never go hungry. That's right. Come to Islam, the natural religion of man.
That's right, yes, sir.
That's right. I better stop. I'll keep it going. I have to stop. Thank you. Thank you again for being here today. May Allah bless you and grant to you your wish. Give you a peaceful night's rest and a happy morning rising. Turn you back into the hand of Minister Earl. Assalamu alaikum.
We thank Brother Minister John for that good lecture there. I'm sure we learned a lot from him. Yes, thank you, brother. Yes, sir. Let's give him another round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, one thing that puzzled me is that those who say they believe and follow the messenger's teaching, and when I pass the word to them about the messenger brother is in town, you know, they come up with some excuse saying they have to go to a meeting, go to their meeting to listen to their so-called leader or minister teach the messenger teaching. You know, and I tell them about Brother Minister John, who have first-hand knowledge. They have some excuse. I said, brother, this your last time. I said, this your first time. It could be your last time listening to a man like this here. See? I mean, I just don't like it. It just don't make no sense. I really feel like slapping him, really do. Yeah. But, oh no, I won't do it. Yeah, that's, yes, sir. But I told this brother here about it, Brother Salim, the brother sitting on the front row here. I mentioned him last week, and the brother, he's here today. He's a man of learning, and we work out together. Yes, sir. All praise is due to Allah. So, brothers and sisters, okay, good time. What we like to do now is take up a collection, a public collection, and we'd like to ask to give much as you can, much as you can. We don't want to be a nation of beggars. We would like to be producers. So, sister, should you start up here? Sister. Yeah, thank you. We like to thank everyone for giving, because money is what we need to make movement in a capitalistic society. And right now, just a handful of us, and we would appreciate it, and we would like for those who could help us, please help us, because we need your support. We have meetings twice a week now, every Sunday at 2:00 p.m. And we have meetings every Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. And let me give out the telephone number. Okay. The telephone number, well, if you have a pencil or paper, either you can remember it. The one number is 627-3647 or 346-3098. And we have the best teacher among us in person. We have the best teacher. I cannot go anywhere else and listen to somebody else teach. I can't do it. Or hear or listen to any other teaching on a continuous basis. I could go for a visit, but just continue going regularly, I can't go. I can't participate in that, because I know what they got is not superior to what the messenger teaches. It's not, regardless. Because we just don't go and visit a place because of a certain personality. We don't do this. We look for the truth. And we know that's Messenger Elijah Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah. Okay. Do we have any announcements, sister? Okay, we have what, the carrot cake? Okay, we have carrot cake and punch on sale after the meeting. What is the price on that? Okay, $1. $1 for cake and punch. Very nutritious too, and good. We had it last week. I was thinking about y'all when I was eating mine. Real good too. Anything else? Anything? Oh, oh yeah. Yes, you. We have on sale today the new issue of Muhammad Speaks newspaper. This is the new issue here. We asked for a donation of $1. See, it says Muhammad Speaks continues from brother to brother, same bloodline. Okay. It's sir.
Naturally there too.
Oh, okay. On the very front of the paper is Supreme Minister John Muhammad. The Supreme Minister. So I'm really glad that those that's present. I'm really glad y'all came. I really am. That really is okay. Brothers and sisters, so we have conducted our business for the day, and now we'd like to close our meeting. And we'll talk to close every meeting in prayer as we start every meeting in prayer. I'd like for everyone to please stand, take the position of prayer in this manner as we've been taught by our leading teacher, and follow me in silence. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment in which we now live. Thee alone do we serve, and Thee alone do we beseech for Thine aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom Thou hast bestowed Thy favors, not of those upon whom Thy wrath is brought down, nor of those that go astray after they have heard Thy teachings. Say He, Allah is one God. Allah is He on whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor was He begotten, and there is none like Him. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever. And I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is Thy true servant and last divine apostle. O Allah, please let me continue to be a believer, and let no man deceive me and take away my reward. Ameen. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah.